What is the worst thing you can say at a funeral? I'm not going, because Hesh's not going to. What's the whiffy pass? Respect the dead. Caps lock or not? Respect the dead. It doesn't work at all. With or without an exclamation mark. I'm sorry for your loss. Move on. Can't believe I had to scroll down this far to find it. Anytime me or my wife hear sorry for your loss, at least one of us will laugh and say move on. You I'm sorry them. You don't have to be sorry you. You only think that now then run away. Tell Cersei. I want her to know it was me. They could have picked a better looking coffin. Let's do exclamation point 1. Basically this. So did he tell you he told me I could have his stuff? You're next. About the deceased, I'd still tap that. You're next. Just take the bouquet on the coffin and toss it into the crowd to see who's next to die. Who is this for again? I thought there was gonna be cake. My dad and I didn't have a relationship. I planned this funeral for everyone else to mourn him, 'cause I won't. Thanks for coming. I said this at my dad's funeral last year. No regrets. If you didn't have a great relationship when they were alive, won't change when they are dead. So when are you all going to bury me? Who wants to get nachos after this? So when are they gonna stop sleeping? It's like a sleeping beauty sleep. You have to kiss them to wake them up. Kisses them kid mom, why isn't he waking up? Mom. In my head, this was spoken in an elongated, curious tone by a 5-year-old, one arm hanging onto a leg of the stand or table the coffin was on, swaying as they leaned away from it with their head back, almost as if they were asking, are we there yet? Who else is excited to fight over the estate? When does this funeral end? I have important matters to attend to. When does this funeral end? I have unimportant matters to attend to. Hey, listen. Pop goes the weasel starts playing. At least you still have a mom, said someone at my stepdad's funeral. They died as they lived, a lazy good for nothing dick flower. Anything positive about the death? It's not really what someone said, it's what he wore to the funeral. He wore a shirt that read The Walking Dead. PS sorry this isn't what you asked, but I thought it was somewhat related. They're going in the ground. Why do they need clothes? When she's cremated, I call snorting her remains. So I heard his kids can't afford lawyers' fees. The pastor at my father-in-law's funeral refused to talk to the family, then spent half his eulogy talking about how not everyone goes to heaven, so there's that. Did he just move in that casket? So is there an opening at his old job now? You know, for a corpse, Margaret's looking pretty bangin'. The alpha male continues to survive. This is a bit more of a serious one, but my mom went to a funeral for a family member and the preacher basically started calling the deceased a piece of trash with the majority of his family and friends present. Where there's a will, there's a way. So did he write the $50 he owed me into the will, or how do I claim it? He isn't resting in peace till I get my money. This would be when your parents die. I'm free, finally free. You know what they say, the body's still warm after 24 hours. Jumps inside coffin. Hey, can I play Stayin' Alive on my speaker? Congratulations. It's about time. Don't mention that you once received a hand job from the deceased. Play Through the Fire and the Flames. Ask where the after party is at. Serious answer. He or she is in a better place. Everything happens for a reason. Asking how did he or she die if the cause was not well known. Obvious. Man, Uncle Joe, brown is not your color. From a book I read, I guess it would be terrible to say the son of a bitch had it coming to him. Great seeing you. Let's do this again soon. I'm dying to get tour of here. When's this gonna be over? I got stuff to do. Laugh or bring a date to the funeral. Okay, now can I go? I'm bored AF, and I wanna get back home and on Reddit. I apologize for what happened. Instead of I'm sorry. You're not losing a child, you're gaining a guest room. They're gonna be sore when they wake up, stiff as a board. Oh. What a noob. This player doesn't even want to respawn. The most recent funeral I was at, they played Don't Fear the Reaper. Killed me the whole time, though honestly felt just a touch inappropriate, even though it was his favorite song. At least he died peacefully. Person died a violent and gory death. One of my favorite Dimitri Martin jokes is how, when you're at a funeral, and you're speaking to the grieving family members, there's a difference between telling them I'm sorry for your loss and I apologize for your loss. Oh well, good riddance, no one liked them anyway. So do you want to have dinner after this? To the widow, or just farting like countlessly? Democracy, in its truest sense. 1. Who brought the stiff? 2. What's that smell? 3. Man, everyone seems so sad. Who died? 4. So how long are we going to keep this time capsule buried? So when can we eat the corpse? Frankly, you deserve this. I told you to use sans serif font, but you ignored me, so really, this is your fault. Not my line. Randall Munrose. My uncle actually told my dad in front of everyone, you're the reason why your mother is dead. She was good in the coffin as she was in bed. I also choose this guy's dead wife. If we don't hurry, he is going to stink. He will do like the Terminator and be back. True story, we were going to visit my granddad's coffin 2 days before the funeral. About 5 minutes in, my mum was crying over the grave and I, with my 10-year-old little brain, thought it would be a good idea to ask to go to KFC right in the middle of it. I have never took a bigger beating in my entire life. Can't spell funeral without fun. Were there any signs? Friend of mine died when she was 17 unexpectedly, and police couldn't figure out if she fell or jumped. Her mother came up to me after the funeral and asked were there any signs. Like, I get it, you're rightfully upset, but still poor timing. Anything that comes out of my mouth, I have Tourette's syndrome coprolalia sadly, so I tend to stay away from solemn ceremonies. According to Schrodinger, any animal in a closed box may at any point be alive or dead, then look slowly towards the coffin. You'll find someone else. My grandma actually said this to my dad at my mom's funeral. My mom died suddenly and in her sleep when she was barely 36, so her death was a total shock to everyone. Oh, and for a little extra cringe, it was my mom's mother. About time I got to wear this suit. Should that not be Epsuwen? Are we gonna split the inheritance? Since I was her favorite, I will get the biggest chunk. RIP. I hate that one. Or could be worse. Lol. Points at old lady, you're next. One of my mom's old friend's son came for my brother's funeral. I had a huge crush on him as a kid and even more so when he got older. I guess I was a bit enamored that I wasn't paying much attention. We were having casual talk about my late brother when he suddenly asked about my brother. I said, oh, he's in a coffin. No, I meant your half brother. I killed off any chance of anything. You should start running if you shout that at a funeral. Come on, everyone. Nobody liked deceased's name all that much. Let's just kick the casket into the hole and grab some lunch. My family always uses humor to deal with everything. When my brothers and I were carrying my mother's urn with her cremated remains inside from her funeral ceremony to the gravesite, I said, very quietly so that only they could hear, so, Mom, what's new with you? We all started laughing, and after about 5 seconds, I laughed even harder when I realized that the entire procession, following behind us at a respectful distance, could only see our backs and probably thought we were sobbing. I'll start the bidding at $5. Leroy Jenkins then run up and football tackle the open casket. So terrible it got downvote on a thread openly inviting you to be terrible. I take this as a win. They ask me to play the worst song in existence. Plays Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. Pauses. Oops, didn't mean to play this masterpiece. Masterpiece in how to be the worst song in existence. What kind of music do you listen to, and why do you hate this song so much? I can listen to nearly anything, but this travesty that should not be called music by anyone with taste. And why do you hate this song so much? The more important question is how can anyone with ears actually like it? So I take it, you like anything but rock and metal, because those two are just the worst?